Hi, friends. Welcome to the second part of the preview of our new domain, History of the Earth. And as I told you in the last lesson, I want to read this book to you, but I found the book online if you see it on my screen. So, what I thought I would do is I'm going to read to you online because it'll be a lot easier to show the pictures that way than to try to do this. And I'm excited because I do have another copy of this in the classroom, and it is a beautiful book. So I am going to take my screen away and I'm going to read this book, A Rock is Lively, but I just want you to pay attention to what is learned in the book. You'll hear my voice, it's just not my hands or my desk. Okay? Okay, so I am going to turn off my camera right now and maximize the screen. And here we go. A Rock is Lively by Diana Hutz Aston and Sylvia Long. And the front cover has a bunch of minerals on the front. Beautiful illustrations. That is an azul geode. And here is a picture of all of the rocks, well, some of the rocks and minerals that we have on our Earth. A rock is lively, and on the right-hand side, you can see the azurite geode, and what they did was when they cracked it open, they recreated it on the left-hand side to try to get a close-up view. A rock is lively. A rock is lively. That's snowflake obsidian in the background. Bubbling like a pot of soup deep beneath Earth's crust, liquid, molten, boiling. Depending on what type of rock it is, a rock melts at temperatures between 1,500 and 2,400 degrees Fahrenheit. So on this page, it's like we sliced into the earth, and you can see the magma from the igneous rock, from the molten rock into the sedimentary rock with the layers and the igneous rock on top. A rock is mixed up. As rocks are made of a mix of ingredients called minerals, just as a batter of flour, batter, and sugar makes a cookie, a batter of minerals makes a rock. The recipe for a rock might include minerals like aluminum, copper, diamond, fluorite, gold, gypsum, lead, platinum, quartz, silver, sulfur, tin, topaz, and turquoise. And then it shows lapis lazuli on the right. Mix the mineral lazurite with a dash of sodalite and a pinch of both calcite and pyrite. Heat within the earth until it's a brilliant blue. So that sounds like a recipe, doesn't it? And the different minerals that are shown here, this is calcite, sodalite, pyrite, lazurite, and then this is lapis lazuli. A rock is galactic. Outer space is a shower of rocky fireworks, and that's an asteroid on the left. Meteoroids are rocks that range in size from a grain of sand to a basketball. They become meteors or shooting stars when they streak through Earth's atmosphere and vaporize. Sometimes pieces of the meteor aren't vaporized and land on the Earth's surface. These are called meteorites. Comets are balls of rock and ice, sometimes called dirty snowballs, that are heated by the sun and soar through space, leaving glowing ribbons of dust behind them. Asteroids are gigantic chunks of rocks and metal. They can weigh millions of tons, so that is an asteroid. The largest known asteroid is 650 miles wide in diameter. It would take a person 352 hours or 15 days to walk around it. A rock is old. The oldest rocks on Earth were formed billions of years before the sky turned from green to blue, before dinosaurs thundered across the Earth, before humans learned how to make fire. The oldest rocks ever found are nearly 4.5 billion years old. So, this rock is a meteorite fragment. The next one is greenstone, 4.28 billion years old. It was found in Canada. The next one is a zircon crystal from Australia. It's 4.1 billion years old. And the next one is Louisian gneiss from Scotland, 3 billion years old. And the last one is granite from the United States, 2.5 billion years old. So if you can notice, the oldest one is on the left and the youngest is on the right. A rock is huge. Considered by many to be the world's largest rock, Australia's Mount Augustus is a sandstone rock with an elevation or height of 3,628 feet, 1,106 meters above sea level, about 1,000 feet higher than the world's tallest skyscraper. Or tiny. The carpets of sand on the floors and shores of oceans, lakes, and rivers come from larger rocks that have been ground through weathering into tiny grains. So we have huge rocks in the mountains or tiny ones down at the beach. And you can see how the magnifying lens is magnifying into the sand so that you can see what the particles look like. A rock is helpful. Some birds swallow stones to help them digest food. As the muscles in the gizzards of their stomachs move, food is chewed, it's crushed by rocks, in the same way that human teeth is used to break down food. Crocodiles, seals, and sea lions also ingest rocks. The extra weight or ballast helps them dive deeper and stay steady in water. Sea otters lie on their backs and use rocks to crack open shells on their stomachs. Seagulls drop mollusks onto rocks to break apart their shells. And chimpanzees and crows crack the hard shells of nuts on rocks. And I have seen seagulls drop their shells onto the rocks to open them up. And then we learned about the sea otters and the chimpanzees using rocks as tools. A rock is surprising. Look at these beautiful rocks. Some rocks need to be broken open to reveal their beauty. Geodes, round, hollow rocks found mostly in deserts or beds of volcanic ash, hide sparkly crystals. The crystals were once liquid, but trapped inside of a rock for thousands of years, they changed into jewels of many colors. Agates, too, with their colorful layers created by liquid deposits, are often found in volcanic rock. And Mason shared his beautiful geode with us on Zoom that one day. So on this page, we have many different types. We have an Idar Oberstein agate. Then we have an amethyst geode. Then we have a Laguna agate and a septarian geode. This is a malachite and azurite geode. And there's the azurite geode again. This one, the one is called a chrysanthemum rock, and that was really pretty. A rock is inventive. Long ago, humans chiseled rocks into sharp-edged weapons and tools. Flaky flint and obsidian rocks were chipped into arrowheads, spear points, axes, and hammers. Rough granite, sandstone, and lava rocks were shaped into mortars and pestles used for grinding seeds, rice, nuts, chilies, and garlic into food. Today, humans use rocks to make cement, bricks, paper and pencils, glass, and toothpaste. So, this is a hammer from France, an axe head from England, an arrowhead from the United States, a spear point from Africa, and a knife from the United States. A rock is creative. Tens of thousands of years ago, before there was writing, ancient peoples told stories through symbols. With colors made from minerals, they painted pictographs on cave walls, rock shelters, and ledges. They chipped and pecked the surface of stones to make petroglyphs. So on the left, there is a pictograph from France. that is 12,000 to 17,000 years old. It kind of looks like a bull, doesn't it, friends? And on the right, that's a petroglyph from 9 Mile Canyon, Utah, 1,000 years ago. And then up here is the different colors that they used for their rock paintings. Beautiful. A rock is recycled. Sedimentary rocks like coal and limestone have eroded over time into smaller pieces of sand, pebbles, and gravel, then were pressed together like a layer cake with fossils, seashells, and decayed plants. Metamorphic rocks began as sedimentary or igneous, but were baked and squeezed so hard by heat and pressure they became metamorphic rocks like slate and marble. Igneous rocks are formed by magma. When magma erupts through volcanoes, it cools and hardens into rocks like granite and pumice. Pumice is so lightweight it floats. A rock doesn't hurry. Over thousands of millions of years, it changes from one form to another. This is called the rock cycle. In a process called erosion, a rock is squashed and scraped by glaciers, whirled by waves and rain, and pushed deep into the earth until it turns into magma. Then a rock is once again beautiful pictures. Lively. Wow, is that a volcanic eruption? And it shows the cooling black of the lava, and that's going to become rock. So, friends, that is our book for the day. A Rock is Lively. And I am very excited for you guys to be able to see the pictures in person when we can finally get back to school. So I hope you have maybe a newfound interest in rocks and maybe go out and do another hunt for rocks and see if you find some interesting ones. Or maybe you have some at home that you didn't realize might be super special. So I'm looking forward to our next lesson in our knowledge domain where we actually start our first official read aloud. But until then, friends, have a great day.